So hi all, good afternoon. Today in this video, I'll be teaching you how to connect a Python with your SQL server. So this could be one of the important tutorial, that is like if you are able to connect a Python to SQL, obviously you can literally play with it like anything. That is like you can inject n number of logics, and also it could be really helpful when you wanted to create a new project with lots of logic for your company. So without wasting any time, let's directly go inside the tutorial. So here I'll be teaching you how to connect it. Then I will also execute and show you like with small select statement and also insert statement, so that you can literally further move on by yourself. So here I have my Python editor ready with me, and I also have my SQL also ready with me. So now to connect the Python to SQL, you needed to import a module called mysql.connector. mysql.connector. This is the module you needed to import now. So to import any new modules, you need to install it first, right? So you need to give the pip install command. Pip install mysql.connector. Requirement already satisfied because I already installed it earlier in my machine, but for you it will start installing it. So once you have installed, obviously we need to import that package inside it. So import mysql.connector. Now to connect with SQL, you obviously needed three things inside it: the host name, user, and the password. So obviously here you can get the informations. First of all, this is actually inside my own machine, that is like my local machine. So under that case, obviously it will be my local host. When you are working with any projects, you will be getting the project server name or the project server URL, which you can give it under the host name. Here, since I'm using local machine, I will give it as localhost, and my username is root, you could see here, and I have my own password for that. So I'll be creating a variable where I'll be connecting all the values. So I'll give the variable name as mydb is equal to, the syntax is as follows: mysql.connector of the following credibility should be given here. Here I made a small mistake. It's .connector.connect of the following credibilities. So first I'll give the host name. Host will be equal to, obviously I told you it's my local host here. It's my local host, comma. Then I'll give the username. User is equal to, here you can see that it was my root actually. So root. Then the password. Password I'll be just blurring, making it blurred enough for just for security purpose. You can give your own password, which you have actually which you have actually given for SQL. That is like the password which you will give here to connect it. I guess it is clear now. Now I'll just type my password. All right. Once you have provided your password, you have connected it with the required credibilities. Now we needed to connect it with the another variable to execute the SQL queries. So I'll give it as my cursor. My cursor is equal to my db, that variable, dot cursor. I'm connecting it with the another variable to execute the query. Now I'm going to execute a query for SQL. Here it got connected, and here it will confirm the connection. That is like here we have given the credibilities, and here we have given the statement for connecting it. Then once it is connected, we can comfortably give the query. Now I'm going to give my first query to create a database. My cursor dot execute, that is the command, and inside the braces you can actually give your SQL query. For creating the database, we give create database and we give the database name, right? I'll give it as Python for time being. You could see here initially there is no Python database here. So let's see. Okay, so once if it is created, we needed to know whether it is created or not. So we give the print statement. That is like, if the statement has worked well, surely it will go to the print statement. If there was an error here, my Python interpreter will stop here itself. I won't get a print statement. That is the logic I'm using for confirming my query execution. So print database was created. Database was created. Okay, so let us now execute the query and check. Database was created, which means there's a database which is created right now. Let's check. Now it doesn't show here. Let's see. Python has the database name Python was created right now. So we successfully connected it with SQL and also we executed our first SQL query in Python. Now, obviously, let us create a table inside it. So till this, actually, the connection syntax will be always the same. This is the place where we change to execute the query. So we need to create a table, right? So what is the syntax? Obviously, create table and we give table name, right? So what we could give here, so we'll give Python subjects, or we'll give like programming language will be the table. So table name is programming languages. Programming underscore languages. That is a table name. And we need to give the column names inside it, right? So we'll give it as 2 columns for time being. Like name and not name, or we'll give it like programming students. That is like students who are learning programming languages. So programming students, and we can give the name and subject as the column here. So name will be like name itself, will have it as it is the column name, and we need to give the data type. So we give it as varchar. Varchar, that is a variable character. We'll give the limit as 255, and then we'll give another column for subject, and we'll give it as like so yeah, similarly we'll give it as that also as varchar as 255. So here, if this statement executes, we needed to mention table was created. All right, now let's run and see whether if this works. Okay, so we have an error over here. Okay, I forgot to close the syntax here. It was a braces error. Okay, the error is we forgot to keep a braces over here. And first of all, before creating a table, we needed to use that database, right? So we need to give another query for that. So first we need to execute the use database query. Then we needed to type it. Use database name is Python. Now I guess it will work. Yeah, table was created. Let's check it out. In Python, when you check the tables, programming students table is there. When you wanted to know what are the columns inside it, there is a name and subject. So successfully we have created the tables right now. Now let us try to insert a value inside it. So now for this, we needed to create two more variables and we needed to split the query according to that. There are small logical stuffs we needed to understand along with that. So like here, insert command goes inside one function, that is like insert into what is the table name we are having here, programming underscore students, programming underscore students, and inside that we'll be giving the column names, right? Name and subject, I guess so. Yeah, name and subject. But we cannot directly feed the values. We need to just indicate what type of values will go inside it. Then we need to link the values. So values will be both are strings right here. So I'll just indicate they both are strings here. Percentage S for strings. Again, percentage S for strings. Now we needed to insert the values inside the column. So I'll give it as value itself, VAL itself, and I'll just put through the values inside it. So I'll give it as Ravi, and the next one will be Java. Now we need to integrate it both, like similar like concatenation. So my cursor dot execute, my cursor dot execute. First, it will be the SQL variable which has the insert command in it. Then the string formatting which has been added inside it, which will be the VAL variable. Now, for safe purpose, we need to commit it. So my db dot commit. When we commit it, we use the variable which we used for linking the SQL and Python. Then once it is all done, I give a confirmation statement. Values are inserted. Okay, so here we have a lot of queries. I mean, like the error messages added in it. So I'll just clear it. Okay, let us check if this is working. Oops, sorry, I'm still in this. Let me execute once again. Again, we forgot to use the database, right? So we needed to first use it now. My cursor dot execute. Use the database name. Use database name is Python. Now I guess it will work. Again, I'll just erase it. Values are inserted. Let us check it here this time. Select star from. Okay, here also we need to use the database. Use Python and select star from programming underscore students underscore students. Okay, so the values are inserted well. If we wanted to see it in our Python directly, so we have some other logic along with it. So till this we'll delete it. First, we needed to use the database once again, because every time the Python starts from the scratch for executing the query. It's not like how we do it in the SQL workbench. So here we use the database first, then we need to execute the query called select star from. What is the table name? Programming underscore students. So my cursor dot execute will be select star from programming underscore students. Okay, so we executed the query, but it will not list it out directly. So because Python actually wants to read the values one by one, so we needed to connect it into a for loop to execute it. So I'll first attach it to a variable. That's like I'm going to get all the table values first, then execute it one by one. So I'll get a variable called my result. My result is equal to my cursor dot fetch all for getting all the values. Then I will execute it in a loop. So for I in my result and print the variable, print I. Okay, now you could see here it will work. You could see here the Ravi and Java has been displayed over here in the form of tuples. Okay, so hope this tutorial was really helpful. So this could be your kickstarting video for connecting Python with SQL because it has a lot of advantages and opportunities in your projects when you work in an IT sector. So thank you so much. Let's connect in upcoming videos. If you want me to produce more videos on this particular topic, Python to SQL, you can put it in the comment section. Thank you so much.
மறக்காம சர்ப்ரைஸ் பண்ணுங்க. தேங்க்யூ.